Hello, everyone. Welcome to Scarland Sins of Shelzar, Season 2, Episode 14 of Dead Man's Rust. When last we met, we had a bit of a shopping and conferring with one's deities kind of episode. And we were basically ending things with you all making your way, like setting off into the Hornsaw Forest. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you have decided your plan was, I guess, let me rewind that for just a second. Had you decided that you were going to try to still try to use the Clan Unicorn resources at your disposal? I know they had offered to escort you inside, but they had some things to ask of you in return. So if that was still the plan, I believe you were going to beeline to Glivid Hotel, utilize the Clan Unicorn help to make your way through the bowels of the mesa and up into the city proper. Is that right?
Yes.
That sounds right.
Because I also need to go free that Hamadryad.
Mm-hmm.
You do need to go free that Hamadryad. Is there any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about that plan?
Seems like a good plan.
Excellent.
The best one we've got.
You have all completed a long rest, so make sure that your sheets have been updated accordingly. And let's dive right into the action, shall we? So you start making your way beyond the safety of the Broadreach Horizon. Well, before I just dictate that, are you going to try to go around the forest, adding several days to your trip? Or are you going to beeline through the Hornsaw to make your way to Glivid Hotel as quickly as possible?
Could I make a survival roll to understand like the various risks in either route?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and make a survival check.
Oh, not bad. 16.
Okay, so none of those routes are going to be guaranteed to be safe. The safest route would be to stay within the confines of the Broadreach Horizon and walk around, which is going to be long. Maybe not quite as long as ducking up out of the forest and coming back around, but pretty long. And you'll run across several villages along the way. So there's a lot of possibility of, running into the locals, running into issues that the locals might be dealing with, so on and so forth. The beeline through the Hornsaw Forest is dangerous. It's the most direct route to get you there. It will save, probably depending on like what you run into on the way, between 5 and 10 days off of your travel to go straight through.
And we're doing this to get the cure to the plague, right?
Yeah, so the ultimate goal is once you arrive in Glivid Hotel, you need to get inside the Sanctum of the Grey Messiah, get access to his ritual room, and get copies of the notes, or preferably the completed true ritual that was used to create this disease.
All right. Thinking of her buddy who built a little snow altar for her, and who is suffering from this disease, Ithrin is going to suggest taking the faster route.
Any objections, counterpoints?
That sounds kind of deathy, but whatever.
It's deathy all around.
But it's particularly deathy.
Haven't we already spent weeks wandering the Hornsaw Forest?
You've spent weeks wandering the Broadreach Horizon.
Oh, okay. So the Hornsaw Forest is a level up in danger. Right.
You've dipped into the Hornsaw Forest, where you were technically in the Hornsaw when you were in that place that all those redeemed the wretched that you ran into, the undead that got shredded by that. Why can't I think of the name of that creature? The Blood Reaper. You were in the Hornsaw when that happened, but like that's the only time you've actually gone into the Hornsaw proper.
We don't talk about that, Travis. My God.
And like I said, you can go around. You just
I mean, we're on
gonna
a clock,
be
right? Like,
you are on a clock.
I mean, if I get killed in the forest, I get to go to bed early tonight. So let's do it.
Excellent. So you all are going to begin your journey into the Hornsaw. As you're making your way through, who is going to be the party's guide? Who's going to be responsible for making the party's survival checks, things along those lines?
Catherine.
Yeah, I mean, my survival bonus is 7, so probably me.
Okay.
you're definitely better than me there.
Yeah.
And
Same.
at what pace would you like to try to move through the Hornsaw? You can travel slowly, which will add probably about 3 days to your journey, but will make your survival check DCs significantly lower. You can travel at kind of a normal pace, which has a slightly increased risk. But you can go at a rushed pace, which will make the survival DCs a bit higher and increase the likelihood of running into some problems, but will get you there about 3 days faster.
Let's do a normal pace. I don't think the risks or rushed would be worth it.
Beautiful. Do you have anything else that you might be able to bring to bear to help with this travel? Any boons you might have earned from doing things for the various Broadreach clans? Any items that you might have gathered? Anything that you'd like to employ to make this?
There's nothing in my notes.
Don't we have those like cloaks of protections and things
any magical items that you're wearing are fine, but you may want to check to see if any magic items give you any benefits while you're in the forest or things along those lines.
No, the only magic items I have are the Amulet of the Snow Queen, which would probably only help if it was snowing.
Well, or if you need to like hold a bunch of monsters, for example.
And then the Cloak of Protection. I don't really have anything survival focused.
Yeah, same.
Okay, excellent. You begin moving through. Your first day of travel, as soon as you step into the Hornsaw Forest, everything is darker. The bark on the trees themselves seems to have like a thin sheen of blood on top of it. Several of the tree leaves have been completely turned red, as if they're more scabs that are growing off of the end of these branches than trees themselves. The ground itself seems to, no matter how dry it is and how overgrown the area, there seems to be a constant sort of moisture to the ground, like you're walking almost like on like marsh type land. But any inspection, like when you lift your foot up, you notice that the boot prints fill with like a thin, watery blood, as if the earth itself is just saturated with the blood of Mormo.
Is this normal?
Unfortunately, yes. This is normal for the Hornsaw Forest.
I remember this from when we were here last, and it does not get any better.
This is where Mormo was destroyed, and her body was shredded and flung about by a very angry Vangal the Ravager. So it's pretty much saturated everything here. On the first day of traveling, I would like you to go ahead and give me a survival check, please, Ithrin.
Yes. 12.
Excellent. First day of traveling along, moving along at a normal pace. I would like each of you to roll a d10 for me, please. And we'll cover these in the order in which they occur. We'll start with Charlie.
1.
Awesome. And then if you could follow that up with a d4.
Thought I couldn't for a second. I couldn't find one. 3.
Oh my God.
All right. So you're walking along and you notice that like about 4 or 5 hours into your journey, you start developing a really bad itch on your feet and like shins. And I'd like you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
You mean you'd like me to fail a Constitution saving throw? Yep, 7.
All right. You suffer the poisoned condition.
No.
As you start to see like patterns of like your fur start to fall out and like these blood blisters in almost like a pattern that looks almost like you've been bitten by a small-mouthed fanged animal repeatedly up and down your leg, as you start to feel very nauseated and
I'm gonna cast Lesser Restoration on myself.
excellent. That will remove the poisoned condition. And the blood blisters sort of just weep away and the fur grows back. You recognize this Ithrin upon looking at it as exposure to fang leaf, which is the hornsaw's answer to poison ivy. At around 6 hours of travel, I would like Aland to roll a d10 for me, please.
A D10.
Yep.
8.
All right. You don't notice anything happen. Charlong, please give me a d10 roll.
What do you mean I don't notice anything?
I had a 3.
I mean what I said. You don't notice anything. Go ahead and give me, if you don't mind, then Charlong a d4 roll.
Sure. That's a 1.
Excellent. As you're walking along, Charlong, you're probably like I'm assuming we have Ithrin kind of up front scouting a little bit. Charlong maybe next in marching order. Charlong and Alan kind of next in marching order with Charlie bringing up the back. Is that our marching order?
Charlie and Haiku, yeah.
And Charlie and Haiku bringing up the back? Yeah. You sort of, the trail gets a little narrow as you're moving through a particular area. And you step down and you feel your foot start to go far deeper than it should. I need you to go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
That would be a 20.
Excellent. So as your foot starts to drop into this hole, you like jump back. And Ithrin, you are far enough ahead that you're able to easily roll out of the way. And you see like the bloody footprint where your foot was start to sort of collapse inward, almost in like a deluge of Nickelodeon slime that goes down, fills out probably about 5 feet over onto the trail, but then also like back under the roots of the tree that you were standing next to. And this whole tall ass, probably been standing since long before the Divine War tree falls across the path in front of you, narrowly missing landing on top of you.
This place is full of death traps.
Charlie was not wrong.
Are you going to climb over that tree, or are you going to try to make your way through the woods around either end of the fallen tree?
Well, there's still 2 people behind me, right?
3, in fact.
Yeah, so Ithrin's on the other side of the tree. I'm looking in my inventory to see if I have like climbing gear or something. We could throw a rope over.
I have rope.
I have a climber's kit.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, which I will absolutely use to help you get over this angry tree.
Right, you throw the rope over, and it's a pretty easy matter. It's probably about 8 feet off the ground at this point, so not too hard to crawl over with the rope and the climbing gear. You make it no problem. And then Ithrin, if you could please go ahead and give me a D10 roll.
I rolled a 5.
Excellent. And now give me a D4 roll.
3.
Excellent. You also, as you are walking, like as soon as they get over, you start noticing this itch that's bothering you. And you see it like on your hands, like something you picked up must have had the fang leaf. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw. This is for poisoning. So.
Yeah, I'm only resistant against diseases. Okay, that is again. 14.
All right. Yeah, it's you gather the poison condition as your hands start going a little numb and you start getting very nauseous.
I'll give you a lesser restoration too.
Actually, I have my own lesser restoration.
Oh, okay.
I will use my own, but thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Save the spell slots.
Spread the spell slot deficit.
Yes.
Excellent. And now you know that you need to watch out for fang leaf for sure. So I'll give you a little bit of leeway if that result were to come up again, since you know what to look for now. You start coming to 8 hours. Are you going to try to continue to press on and save more time? Or are you going to stop and take your long rest?
How dark is it?
I figure you probably left like first light. So it's kind of hazy twilightish, but it has been kind of all day here. There's a pretty thick tree canopy. But on top of that, there's also just various pockets of like fog and miasma and just grossness in here. It's hot, it's humid, smells a little bit of like old blood and rotting meat.
Ithrin will want to press forward until nightfall. Or I guess not. I suppose dusk. We'll stop at dusk because that still gives us like 30, 40 minutes of light to make camp.
All right. I would like each of you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please. And for an extra D6 to be rolled by Ithrin, please.
Oh, I did really well on my Constitution saving throw. That's a 22. And
that's what you asked for.
That's a 3.
Excellent.
Mine was a 13 on the con save.
Oof.
Okay.
25.
25?
Yeah.
Nice.
For a second, it was going to be a 3 and then did die. Which is why I was just like, It worked out.
You all managed to avoid accruing any exhaustion for the forced march, and you make it until sundown. You shaved a half-day travel off of your total. You find a reasonable camping site. Are there any things you would like to do apart from simply setting up a place to sleep? Some of the options that you might want to consider is you can conceal the campsite, so like hide it from anybody that might be coming through the area. You could make a foraging.
What if I made a tiny hut?
You could make a tiny hut.
Let's do that.
Is the tiny hut doesn't make you invisible, though, in the event that you wanted to hide the site, right? The tiny hut's like a see-through.
I'm checking. Hold on.
Sure.
Come on, dude.
Tiny hut sounds like we're getting a luxury condo in this place.
Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't want to sleep on the ground in the
It's
woods, of
opaque from
course.
the outside.
Yeah.
It's opaque from the outside, but any color that I choose.
Oh, okay.
How about the color of blood? Just kidding.
I mean, you could just make it look like a giant blood bubble.
Try that.
Right. Is anyone going to do any... Are you just eating like road rations, or is anyone going to try to hunt any food? Use any special cooking tools or anything along those lines?
I still have quite a
Suspicious.
few rations left in my pack.
Yeah.
And I would be wary to eat anything. No offense to whoever would choose to hunt in this forest.
I mean, I would say that I'm suspicious of anything that can thrive in the blood forest. So
Yeah.
we're going to
That's
stick
fair.
with iron rations for now.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Alright.
I'll offer rations if anyone doesn't have one, but just let me know
Okay.
so I can remove an extra.
You all chow down. Haiku's very quiet and just tells you, "Don't worry, I've got watch." And just kind of stares off into the darkness while the rest of you get a full night's rest.
I'll be right back. I'll get more tea.
Sure. On the next day, I would like you to go ahead and roll a d6 for me, if you don't mind, Ithrin.
Yeah. 5.
Beautiful. As you all wake up, you're kind of woken up by a whistling noise. And it's opaque from the outside, but you can see fine from the inside of the hut,
You
correct?
can see out through it. Yep.
Yeah, so as you're looking around, you see that the trees are sort of bowing a little bit. Looks like it's a pretty severe windy day. In fact, some of them even there's like precipitation being blown off the trees, even though it didn't rain. There's like a reddish hued water sort of being shook loose from the leaves in the wind.
How far away from us is that? Like up
The
to
wind?
like the red mist in the wind.
Oh, it's all around you.
Oh, I will try to control water on it to see if it's water. Like try to pool some of it up into a bubble.
Yeah, there's enough water that you can do that. Sure. I mean, it's bloody water.
Okay.
Blood bending.
Well, and it is at least mostly water. I'll like just push it away from us. There's something else in it though.
Hello, Raiders. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, hello.
Welcome to the channel. We are playing some Dead Man's Rust, some Scarlands. What's up?
I was just watching Bart's Playhouse. Hi, Kay.
Hello. So yeah, the wind is blowing. There's a scent of rot on the wind.
Yum.
Are you going to let that deter you? You may also benefit from a long rest, by the way.
So one of the
Green.
things that I picked up was like disguises that were like full body cloaks, right?
Yes, you have like you made relatively convincing counterfeit cloaks of the necromancers of Lividatel. Those do include hoods that you can put up.
I'm wondering if we could like somehow dress ourselves better for like not inhaling this bloody mist. Like
Yeah.
cloth masks. Treat it like we're wandering the desert and don't want to get attacked by sand either.
Well, sure. And I mean, and you're all from Shelzar. Well,
Yeah.
at least have spent a fair amount of time in Shelzar. So preparing yourselves for a sandstorm is absolutely within your realm of experience.
Yeah, I would probably treat it something like that and just get myself as like wrapped up tightly as I could.
Yeah, you wrap yourselves as if you're going to be traveling through a sandstorm.
Wet down
Any
a
other
cloth
prep?
for covering the mouth or whatever. Yeah.
Any other preparations that you want to make before you leave the hut?
No.
Oh,
All right, dope. You take off and start making your way. Let's get a survival roll from Ithrin, please.
25.
What was it?
25.
25. Okay, I thought you said 5. I was like, oh no.
She wouldn't have said it that happily.
That's
Yeah, no,
bad.
the worst I can roll is an 8.
Excellent. You make your way for the first 5-6 hours. Relatively no concerns. There's a couple times where like you'll hear something in the distance that is concerning enough that you shift your path a little bit. But for the most part, you're able to make some pretty solid time, and you don't run into anything overly disturbing. The rainstorm or the windstorm, I should say, does persist throughout the day, and by about an hour, your face wrappings are like moist and like reddened as you're walking through this wind. So it's a little gross, but other than that, not the apocalypse. Are you going to again try to press on and do extended march so that you can make up some more extra time?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think so, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's do a round of con saves, and while we're doing that round of con saves, I would also like Ithrin to add a d6, and not add, but roll a d6 separately and tell me what you get on that.
Okay.
Got a total of 20.
Oh, I rolled a 9
Excellent.
on my Constitution save and a 5 on the D6.
Beautiful.
Oh,
All right.
thank God.
What was the con save DC for exhaustion?
10.
Nat 20.
Nice. You're all fine, except for Ithrin is definitely starting to drag at the very end of the camp, or at the end of the walk, for sure.
Am I fatigued?
You gain 1 level of exhaustion. Yep. Which you will gain back when you sleep. So good time to have it, I suppose.
Yeah.
As you're camping the next night, kind of relying on the same process.
Yeah, the hut seemed very useful, considering we would have woken up in the middle of a blood storm.
For sure.
Yeah.
You want to call this phenomenon?
You crash out. Since you're casting the hut, I'm going to go ahead and have you give me a D10 roll, if you don't mind there, Charlie.
2.
Excellent. just as you are getting the hut up, basically, a like massive gust of wind, almost like a microburst, comes blaring through the area. As it does, you see like leaves that have been ripped off the trees literally shatter against the outside of the hut. And that increased wind stays that way for about 10 minutes or so, and then drops back down to its previous amount. But you're fairly certain that things were blowing around out there for about 10 minutes with a strength that would have probably rended flesh had you been out of it.
Gross.
I look at Charlie and I was like, thanks for putting this hut up.
I just brought a house with us. It's all good. I thought it might be fun.
Excellent.
You know, I wonder if we could get together and sell tiny hut tattoos to adventurers. Seems very useful.
That's fair. That would be useful.
On the following morning, you rise. You can all apply the benefits of a short rest, or a long rest, I should say.
How many more days of this do we need to do?
Yeah, another. If you keep traveling at the pace you've been traveling, you'll be there in like 7 days.
But in the forest for all of it?
Yeah, you literally have to, like, the Mesa Caridae, it rises up out of the Hornsaw. So yeah, you're just in the forest from here on out. You're also going to need to cross the Broadreach River like 2 days from now. As you wake the next morning, bless you. You all right there?
I'm good.
Good. As you wake the next morning, the winds have died down and have been replaced with an oppressive, thick, humid heat. This is not the desert warmth that you're all accustomed to from life in Shelzar. This is like hot, like southern Wisconsin in July. Air you can taste kind of levels of humidity as it feels like you're walking through like water. There's places where you look and you get a little bit of like the heat wavy visual kind of effect as you're looking over. Let's have that survival roll again, Catherine, if you don't mind.
$17.
You're able to avoid any major spills or problems. You get to about the 8-hour mark. Going to continue to press?
Yeah, I think we're going to continue until twilight each day, unless anyone has an objection to that.
Not unless something changes.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless we get into a fight or get injured, I don't think there's a reason not.
Because this place sucks and I want to get out of it.
Go ahead and drop me one more series of con saves, everyone.
Well,
14.
I'm the one gasping for air at the end of today. I got the 7 this time around.
All right. And what did you get, Alan?
16.
All right. So near the end of the day, again, dusk is coming up. You can see like Charlung is just like sweat rolling off of Charlung. They look very exhausted. And as you're looking around, Ithrin, for a place that looks like it might be good to camp, you see off the trail, probably about 30, 40 yards, a rather large area that looks like there's been like kind of a sinkhole. And you can see that around that sinkhole is a very thick coating of webbing, like you would imagine like lawn spiders would drop. And I need you to go ahead and give me either survival or a Arcana check, if you don't mind, Ithrin.
22.
Oh yeah, you know exactly what that is. That is a spider pit. The spider pits are areas that tend to be effectively places of mystic power. Often, though not always, carry a potent corruption of Mormo. And these are used by creatures called witch spiders, which are giant spiders that are sentient and cast magic. That's where they raise their young. They tend to usually the way that they populate the spider pit is they will mate with another series of another species of poisonous spider and then murder them and feed them to the new hatchlings. And
So like normal spiders.
Yeah.
We are tiptoeing around the spider pit.
All right. How far do you want to try to get from the spider pit before you settle down to camp? Or do you want to play it, brazen with your having your hut? You could just set up camp right next to it if you wanted to.
I mean, we at least, I think, want to get like at least 100 feet away.
Okay. Why don't you all make a stealth roll for me? And Charlene, remember you're exhausted, so that's going to be with disadvantage, I believe, correct?
I rolled a natural 20.
I think you're also muted, Charlene.
Yeah, sorry. I'm not sure with regards to the exhaustion, but I'll double check. I think exhaustion doesn't give you on skill checks until 3.
It's just attack rolls and saving throws for one? Okay. So yeah, you're good then on your stealth check.
Not that I'm good at stealth in the first place. But I did
Yeah,
roll
natural
17.
20.
I got a natural 20.
Excellent. Alan?
I got a 9.
Excellent. And
no, don't say excellent when I roll so poorly.
And Charlie, what did you get?
23.
Beautiful. I love it.
19. Disadvantage on ability checks. So I guess, I do have disadvantage.
Okay.
Still a 13.
Not bad. So you're all sort of sneaking away. Alan kind of, you notice this thing that's never really bothered you before. And maybe it's new. You're not sure if it's something that Alan's always done, but it's certainly something that she's doing in this sort of hot, humid environment. Kind of like this grunt that comes along with her movement, like almost like she.
No.
She's stepping through like a shallow whinny almost, as she's making her way through the wood.
I thought you were gonna say that I fell into the dirty pit of spiders.
You did not fall into the dirty pit of spiders, no, but but you are making noise, like grunting as you're walking, basically.
That's not great.
And I would like everyone to give me a perception check, please.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh. I rolled a 1.
17.
You're not noticing the damn thing.
I didn't roll a 1, but I got a 1 on the roll.
All right, the two of you are just not noticing shit. Alan?
Perception, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It's just a perception check.
Just a perception check, yeah.
I have +0 in that, so that's gonna end well. Ooh, 19.
All right. So you found a spot. Ithrin has pointed it out. And as you're moving toward the spot and getting ready to cast the hut, Charlie and Alan, do you notice movement in the tree above you? Which is sufficient enough to prevent the two of you from being surprised. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said for the rest of the party. As a witch spider
Oh, I don't like how witch spider sounds.
leaps out of the tree above you toward the party below. So let's just go ahead and reset the combat here. Yeah,
Taylor,
let's have an initiative roll, if you don't mind.
Oh, I got another 20. I hate when I get 20s on initiative. But my initiative's 22.
All right. So I have a 22 for Ithrin,
15.
15 for Alan.
14.
I've got a 17 for Haiku. Charlie, what you got?
11.
And Charling, you had a what?
14.
Excellent. So as this is one of the rules that is, in my experience, most frequently screwed up in 5e, I'm going to consult the rule book because surprise gets screwed up all the time. So
Do I have to roll for haiku?
I already rolled for him.
Oh, okay.
Okay, if you are surprised, which is everyone except for Alan and Charlie, you can't move or take an action on your first turn of the combat, and you can't take a reaction until that turn ends. So you don't get reactions until your turn ends. So the spider leaps down into the center of all of you, and because she is just a nasty piece of work, she is going to cast Thunder Wave.
What is she, Pikachu?
So I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh. Oh, 19.
Nice.
Excellent.
20, not natural.
Excellent.
22.
Beautiful.
15.
15?
14.
14? Okay. So you'll take full, and go ahead and roll for Haiku if you would, please, for me.
I don't know his modifier, but
Just drop a d20 for me.
eight. Sorry, haiku.
I'm sure it's not that good. So Haiku and Charlie are both knocked back 10 feet. And take 5 points of damage. The rest of you all take 2 points of damage. Ithrin, you can now take reactions. Haiku can now take reactions. Alan can now take reactions.
I can take an action.
Or Alan can take an action now. Yes, absolutely.
Right, because I was not surprised.
That is correct. So it is your action. What would you like to do?
I want to smash it. Very different from what my previous character would have done.
Well, not You mean smash it in a different way? Is that what you
Oh, yeah. Yes. Smash it with my hammer, not with my mouth. I'm gonna warhammer this.
It's very telling, Milena, that you see a giant spider and your response is smash.
Ain't that just the way? Oh my gosh.
What did you get to hit?
You
I
date
got
writer.
14. Huh?
You date one writer.
You bring the hammer down like right between its like pinchers, and your hammer stops like dead on its flesh, and it just skitters its fang pincers at you angrily. It's like that didn't do anything.
I'll take my second attack, right? Because I get to do 2 attacks.
Absolutely.
Can someone move Olland to where Olland goes so that I can plan what I'm gonna do? Because then
Oh, sorry, I forgot to open.
I got it.
It's astral, right?
Yep.
I don't have it. I will open it in a minute.
It'll take it like 4 hours to tell me that you've moved. So
Sorry. 22 for my second swing.
The second swing is much better. Like, so it kind of looks up at you and goes, and you're like, no, and bring up the. Go ahead and roll the damage on your hammer.
Jeez. 10 damage.
Excellent.
see, mine's not updated at all.
All right, you crack it in the face for 10 damage.
Cool.
So just to give you an idea, Charlie, you are basically now like 5 feet south of the giant spider. Holland is immediately to the east of the giant spider.
That's fine. I'll just have to have you kind of guesstimate what I'm trying to, like what angle I'm trying to do this at.
Yeah, if you're going for like ranges and stuff, I'll make sure you're trying not to hit your party members. Or,
Yeah,
Okay.
You have line coal. You could do line or cone safely where you are.
Yeah. So I do get to go though, because I'm not surprised, right?
Right. Charlung can now take reactions and Charlie may now act.
All right. Then I am going to use Violent Scream.
Okay.
I don't like spiders, Travis. I don't like things with more limbs than me. And then when you start adding more and more and more, I don't like the limbs.
All right.
All right. So it's Constitution saving throw.
Excellent.
It's 13.
Made the con save.
Okay, so half of 9.
And that's,
Oh wait, let me see what. Oh no, that's I thought I cast it at a different level. Yeah, so it's half of 9.
all right, so it'll take 5. And it screeches in your general direction. You still didn't hurt it as bad as Alan did, so I think Alan is going to be its focal point.
Can
in the next
you?
round.
I'm not actually directly engaged though, right?
Right,
like-
you have a 5 foot, so you can move freely without provoking.
Can you step me back 10 feet?
Absolutely. That brings us to the top of the order. Ithrin, everyone may now act freely. What would you like
How
to
much
do?
damage was it from Charlie?
Charlie did 5 to the witch spider.
I'm recording this in drawing form.
You keeping track of how many hit points this thing has?
Oh no, she's
No, I'm just making.
group on sketches to chat.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Nice.
Was that at me? Was it my turn?
Yep, it's Ithrin's turn.
I'm gonna guiding bolt the spider.
Beautiful.
Range touch attack is a 1. Fuck my life.
Okay. You fire the guiding bolt, and it goes. It hits the ground like under the spider's legs. And you've never seen a guiding bolt do this before, but it bounces off and like rips its way through the trees, like illuminating a sparkling trail through the forest to its full range. That's what, 120 feet out for guiding bolt?
Yes.
Yeah, so all the trees in that direction are sparkling now.
Sorry, trees.
That brings us to Haiku. What would Haiku do in this situation, Milena, since you're driving, since Mike couldn't be?
He can't do Hellish Rebuke, right? Because that has to be after you're attacked.
Right.
But he has that cantrip that he uses all the time.
Eldritch Blast?
Eldritch Blast. Haiku is definitely going to Eldritch Blast this thing, and he's going to be like, gross.
I'm shocked and amazed that we're getting some Eldritch Blasts out of our Warlock. So yeah, go ahead and give me the attack roll for that, and we'll just assume that all of the bolts are going off of the same attack.
What do I roll for that? 20?
Yep, D20. Then we add Haiku's spellcasting modifier.
Come on, Haiku. No, that was a 4.
All right. Yeah, he shoots and it goes wide. The spider chitters at him like almost like it's laughing at him. That brings us to Alan. What would you like to do?
I'm a smash. Let's do it again. Across
the multiverse, a drow priestess of Eliaster gets a tingle in her nethers as you bring down the.
Does that hit?
You hit it. It doesn't seem to react to that hit. Like you realize that this thing underneath its fur, it seems to have like a just rock solid bones. Bless you, twice.
Thank you. There's one more. I was petting Bean earlier. Next is a 22, and that one hits. And
absolutely.
Let's roll the damage. Thank you. Sorry. Why is it not letting me roll? Okay. What is it? It says a 4 damage. And then, you know what? I'm going to take my
Your
my action surge.
Action surge?
I'm going to take another action.
All right. So you can hit twice again.
Wait. It says 8. Yeah, that didn't hit. I'll do it again. I missed the first one, and hopefully in 12, none of them hit. I guess I'm in a frenzy, and I hit it, and then I do the damage, and then it flail around, becomes gross.
Yep, it back rears up on its hind legs, causing you to miss with your subsequent blasts. And that brings us to the witch spider. The witch spider is going to, since it's definitely sees Alan as the biggest threat, it's going to leap forward, and it's actually going to take a bite at you and a bite at Charlong.
And it's going to miss.
Well, let's find out. First is for Alan, second is for Charlong. We got a 13 for Alan.
You miss, baby.
And a 12 for Charlong.
My AC is 12.
Excellent. So you are hit. It bites into you. You suffer 21 piercing damage.
So 10.
Are you resistant to piercing?
Yep.
All right. 23 poison damage.
Yeah, I figured.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
17.
Excellent. You can have that poison damage, so you get 12 of that back.
Yeah, heal 12.
Yep.
Charlong not looking so good. As a heads up to Ithrin.
Excellent. Ithrin, you also remember an interesting fact about witch spiders, which is that their poison is remarkably lethal. In game terms, if you are reduced to 0 hit points by witch spider poison, you don't get death saves.
Oh, shit.
You just die.
I know what I'm doing on my turn.
Excellent. Charlong, it is your turn.
I will. I think I'm gonna twin haste on me and Holland.
All right. You twin a haste. Any other actions?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna chop at this thing with my battle axe.
Yeah, go for it.
My great axe. Does a 22 hit?
22 does hit. You bring the axe down like right on one of the pinchers that pierced your flesh.
For 9? 9.
Excellent. You slice off like it hits, and you realize that whether this is bone or just supernaturally reinforced cartilage, whatever the frick is going on into this thing's flesh is like armor, because when you hit, you carve like a chunk of like fur and skin off of that piercer, but you can see like it didn't cut into the piercer.
I have a question for you. Two-handed.
I have an answer for you. Yes.
What does that property do? I know it allows me to use it two-handed, but does that add like strength?
Two-handed requires you to use it two-handed.
Okay.
So that means that you can't use like anything but a buckler with it.
Okay. I was just curious if the strength, if it should be more than just plus strength, because.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No, two-handed just means you can't wield a shield or that's why it's got a higher die count.
Yep. Cool.
So, all right. That will bring us to Charlie, unless there's anything else Charlene would like to do.
Not sure there is anything I can do.
Okay. Charlie, it is your action.
Okay. I'm going to give Bardic Inspiration to Olland. And then I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers, which is a wisdom save at 13.
Excellent. And what's your inspiration die now?
Oh, that's a good fucking question. I think it's a 6. Hold on. 8.
Okay, excellent. So you have a D8, Alan. It got a 19 on its wisdom save, so it still takes damage but doesn't run away, right?
Hold on. Yes, correct. So it takes half of 20, so 10.
So you go, Alan, you rock. And the witch spider goes, woo! And takes 10 psychic.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
I did it at level 4, though.
Yeah, she mad.
That's amazing.
Now we big mad.
Yeah, she big mad. So that will bring us to the top of the order. Ithrin.
Yeah, I am going to heal Charlong for take 20 hit points back, Charlong.
Nice. Not quite full, but that means it's perfect heal. Like.
And it's my turn.
That's your turn?
Yeah, I'm in a good. Well, I guess I'll step this way diagonally. So there we go. That's my turn.
All right. Haiku is going to back up next to Charlie. And I assume Eldritch Blast again?
Hell yeah.
Let's give me that attack roll.
Hell yeah. Come on, dice. Don't betray me now. Ooh. That is a 15 plus whatever.
Plus 6, so that's 21. That will absolutely hit.
Yeah.
Haiku is what level now? 7th?
Yeah, we're 7.
So that would be 2d10 on his Eldritch Blast.
You want me to roll 2d10?
Just double checking the damage. Yeah, please.
Ooh, not bad. 10.
Bat. Hits the spider twice with both Eldritch Blasts, and then the spider backs up. Aland, it is your turn. Doesn't back up like a full 5 feet, just like backs up a little bit.
I'm gonna
said
smash.
Excellent. And you have you're hasted now, so you get an additional attack. Additional action?
Additional action that can be used for a couple of things, yeah. Dash, disengage, hide, use object, attack, one weapon attack only, it says.
Okay, so you don't get to use the extra attack feature with the haste.
It's one extra attack.
Right, so you get 3 attacks.
Yeah.
The first one I missed. The second one I hit. It was 23. Woo, and then the third one is a 21.
Excellent. So you'll hit twice. Give me damage twice. Because that hammer is just swinging at super speed.
I'm just flailing it like I'm a Wolverine over here. Wolverine! Hang on. Ah, Jesus, what is happening? Something's wrong with my... Okay, I got it. Bludgeoning. 12 damage, and then another 4 damage.
Okay, so 16 total?
Yeah.
Excellent. You just bash the snot out of it. It lets out this weird squeal, and when it lets out its squeal, I need anyone who's within 30 feet and not blinded, so that's all of you, to make a wisdom saving throw. As you start to feel a bit of vertigo kick in from this squeal.
12.
13.
Wisdom?
Yep.
I got a 3, so that's definitely not making a sense.
7.
Awesome.
Not awesome.
Roll for Haiku as well. And what did you get, Charlie?
13.
All right. So
Sorry.
you all suffer vertigo, which will give you disadvantage on attack rolls and dexterity ability checks.
Maybe it's actually vestibular migraines.
Actually, hold on, haste.
We have disadvantage
Haiku
on
rolled a 3.
dexterity and attack rolls.
Attack rolls and dexterity ability checks, yes. As the vertigo kicks in. Yeah, haste gives you a bonus on dex saves.
Saves, yeah. So,
but not wisdom saves.
Yeah.
And after it does that, it's going to shoot a web at Aland.
Oh, I thought it was dead. What the heck?
Based on what exactly?
Wishful thinking, obviously.
Good with the DM giggles like that.
Yeah. Jesus.
Does a 22 hit Alan with her?
Does a 22 hit Travis? Yes.
Wait, what's your AC?
My AC is 15.
Yeah, so even with haste,
17.
Right.
Yeah, no. Even with shield ally, I can't get it past 22. Sorry.
So you are restrained by webbing. As an action, you can make a strength check to try to burst the webbing on a success, and other people can try to rip it open as well. But that's the giant spider's action. Charlong, it is your action. What would you like to do?
Try to rip open the web.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
18.
All right. You rip the webs free. So that's one of your actions. You'll then be able to take your normal action suite because that was haste.
Yeah. I'll swing again with the great axe. 15 probably won't hit.
15 does not hit. Like you hit the side of it and it doesn't pierce the flesh.
Probably need hit it with magic.
Yeah, the downside is the best magic I have has a 5-foot burst. So it's gonna hit all of us, basically, if I hit that monster, right?
I mean, it's a large creature, so if you shoot for like the back, if it hits an area as opposed to like you can shoot like behind it and not hit everyone.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
well, in that case, I haven't spent any sorcery points or casted a leveled spell this turn, so
right.
I can haste a 4th level ice knife at its back leg.
Oh, you mean quicken?
Quicken.
Fourth level? Yeah, absolutely. I'll allow it. Why not? Makes for good cinema.
Oh, that's a nat 20, man.
Nice. So you slice its back leg off. Go ahead and roll damage on your ice knife.
Double 10s on the damage. So it takes 20 damage
Bless
from
you.
that, but also then what is the burst damage? It's 2d6 2d6 plus 3d6, so 5d6.
All right.
In burst damage. 17 cold.
All right. So it has a new best friend now.
Yeah.
As you've taken its back leg off.
Oh, it can do a dex for half on that cold.
It will attempt that very thing.
Or is it a dex?
Natural 20 on the deck, so it'll gain back 8. All right. End of your turn then, Charlie?
Yep.
Charlie. You see the back leg come off this thing as you start to like get woozy.
So I have disadvantage, right?
On attack rolls, yes.
Okay. Then what I will do instead is throw a Dissonant Whispers at level 3. So it's
Excellent.
still a wisdom save at 13.
All right. That one it did not make.
That makes him a sad panda. 10, 14. And then he is to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
Okay. And it has to continue doing that, or is that just for this round?
It must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far. Its speed allows it away from you. The creature doesn't move into obvious danger ground. Blah, blah, blah. It does not say.
Okay. And does it say if the creature will...
I would assume a reaction's length, whatever that would be.
Oh, so it's a reaction, so it's definitely not going to like disengage.
Yeah, no, it said as must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows from you.
It is not taking a reaction, so yeah. It backs up 60 feet, and that provokes an attack of opportunity from all 3 of you that are standing right next to it.
Sweet. Even though we're dizzy, though.
I have not actually done an attack of opportunity since 3.5. So can I use a spell as an attack of opportunity, or
No,
just
it's got to be a weapon that you're holding unless you have a class feature that lets you make spell attacks of opportunity. I think the War Mage from the Clastian War Mage, I think, gets to do that.
Okay.
And there's like some feats that let you do it.
Can I use a bonus action and then the reaction?
Like a bonus action to cast Shillelagh?
That is exactly my plan.
I'll allow that. Yeah, you haven't done that yet.
Okay.
So yeah, you can
Yes.
Shillelagh like as you're swinging with it.
All right, cool. I will do that then. Rolling to hit. Oh, 19.
That hits.
Well, you
Excellent.
Were you woozy?
Yeah, don't forget the disadvantage on the hit.
Oh, 26.
So it's still a 19.
All right, so you smack it. Go ahead and roll the damage on Shillelagh.
Oh, yay. I rolled a 1, but my bonus is 4, so that would be 5 damage, and it counts as magical.
Excellent. You crack it in the jaw. That one piece that you all have been working on its jaw starts to finally like sway, like it's something inside finally broke. Charlong, what did you get on your opportunity attack?
A 19 with disadvantage.
Nice, that does hit.
And 4 slashing.
All right.
The
And,
glancing blow with the great axe.
Don't forget you have disadvantage, but also don't forget you have a Bardic Inspiration die.
Yes. I only use my
D8.
Bardic Inspiration die, yeah. Eight. So that makes it with disadvantage a 19.
Excellent. That does hit. So go ahead and roll your damage on the hammer. You want me to bring the hammer down?
4, 5, 6, 7.
All right. The vertigo ends as it backs away. You're no longer suffering disadvantage. And that will bring us to Ithrin. What would you like
All
to
right. Let me check the range. Yeah, it's still in guiding bolt range, so I'm going to do that. 13?
You fire the guiding bolt and it goes wide again. This time it doesn't rip through a bunch of trees and light them up, but it does go wide.
Curses. Okay. That's my turn.
Haiku, Eldritch Blast.
Can I take one thing back?
Oh, sure. What would you like to take back?
I'm going to use my bonus action to pick up some rocks and cast magic stone on them.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Okay, that is my turn. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So give me the attack roll for Haiku's Eldritch Blast. His Warlock Ping.
That's 15 plus his modifier.
That'll absolutely hit. So give me 2d10 for damage.
Whee! Haiku's killing it. That
Sharlong
is 6.
probably glowing like a sun at this point.
Yeah, with all your runes and whatnot.
Yeah,
I'm
Bane of
certain you are.
Luminance and
Yeah, you're pretty sure people can see you. Like anybody who's nearby, anything that's nearby can see Charlong at this point. And that brings us to Alland.
Since it's far away now, I'm gonna switch my weapons to my blade bow.
Right? You pull out the razor bow.
And then I'm gonna use, I have this maneuver called precision. attack,
Okay.
which is when I make a weapon attack roll, I can expend one superiority die to add it to the roll before or after the roll, but before any effects are applied. So let's just see how I do.
All right.
And if
yeah.
I need, I'll add it.
Okay.
No. That's a 4. Wait, it's +5. That's still only a 9. Wow, I'm losing so much shit. 22 to hit. And let's say that I'm using one of my explosive arrows.
Sure. Why not?
So I have to do the 1d10 +2 for the piercing damage plus, what was it?
2d6.
It's in my inventory. What is it?
2d6 for the exploding arrow or 3d6? I don't remember.
I know I have it written down in my inventory. It doesn't say.
3d6. Write it down.
3d6. I'll write it down. That's 11 damage plus. +7.
All right. So 18.
Yes.
Excellent. You hit it and boom, and it echoes. You're 100% sure you have now drawn the attention of anything that's nearby.
Oops.
That will bring us to the spider. Unless, well, Alan, you have 2 more actions. Do you want?
Oh, I do?
Yeah, because you still have haste is still on you.
Oh, shit.
But you get another
Alright.
attack, yeah.
Yeah, let's do another attack.
So both with flaming or exploding arrows. How many of those you got left?
I have 16 left.
Are you gonna
So
drop
then 16 to hit.
16 misses. It goes wide and blows up.
Hang on. I'm gonna
Unless you wanna
use
use
the
that
superiority dice
for this
to add it to the thing. Yeah, for my precision thing. So I
Okay.
add a 5d8 to it, or 1d8. I have 5 total.
Okay, yeah. So that'll bring you up above. So you
It will
smack
hit.
it.
I smash it. That's a 1. So barely.
But
and
you can
then-
also do your exploding damage on that if you wanted to use the other exploding arrows. So you use 2 more, so you're down to 14.
Yeah, I'll do another attack, an exploding arrow. That one is 14. I will use another superiority die to add my d8. Roll. That's a 5, so that brings us up. Now I'll roll the 2 damage.
Wait, the 5 brings you up to what?
It was a 14. Fusing 16
19.
brings me
Yeah,
up
okay.
19.
So that'll hit as well. So roll the damage. I didn't know the total damage that you dealt with those last 2 attacks.
Yeah, so the damage from the first attack is 8, and then 6, and then now I'm gonna roll 6d8 for the exploding arrows.
What?
It was 6 to hit. My damage was 1d10 plus 2 from the first one,
Oh, right.
and then 1d10 plus 2 from the second one. So that was 8 for the first one and 6. And since they're exploding arrows, that's plus 3d8, right?
No,
Or
it's 3d6. So
Oh.
each one, so you roll 66 total.
Yes, 66. 66. Okay. So many dice. That's 24 more damage.
Excellent.
So 8 plus 6 plus 24.
All right. It looks like it's in pretty bad shape. A couple of its legs are clearly broken, but it is still up and fighting. And
What the fuck, Travis?
Its turn. Yeah, it's still up. It isn't dumb though, so it is going to try to run away. But while it's running away, it's going to go ahead and give a parting gift to Aland.
No, why me?
As it makes its way another 60 feet back toward the, basically it runs back into its spider hole. But as it's doing that, because you just fucked its whole day up, that's why.
What did I do? What did I ever do to anyone?
As it's running away, you see like 3 darts of magical energy fly out of one of its arms at you, and you are hit with a magic missile that deals 9 points of damage, unless somebody wants to shield ally.
Yeah, sure. That's an easy one. Actually, yeah. Let's do it. You take no damage from magic missile this turn. Congratulations.
The magic missiles.
To the spider, you know?
The magic missiles bounce harmlessly off of your mystical shield that comes around you, and the witch spider drops down into the hole.
I can't believe we didn't kill it. Half of me wants to follow it down the hole to make sure it's dead, but I know it's a bad idea. Okay.
As you all look up in that direction, you see the hole look like it starts to writhe.
Yeah, I figured that would happen.
Yeah, we gotta go.
How
It's
far
time
away
for
is
leaving.
It's about 100 feet. I believe was what you said you were setting up your camp, right? About 100 feet away from the hole.
that? Yeah.
I'm gonna try to like put up a wall of ice or something before.
Well, it's a hole in the ground, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna tidal wave it.
Okay. Please do run that by me. How does tidal wave work?
It has a 120-foot range. You conjure up a wave of water that crashes down on an area up to 30 feet long, 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall. Each creature in that area makes a dexterity saving throw. Failed save takes 48 bludgeoning and is knocked prone. Successful save, it takes half as much but isn't knocked prone. And then the water will spread out within 30 feet of it and then vanishes.
Yeah, in this case, the water will probably just fill the hole up and then vanish. But
yeah, but it'll do
601.
48 bludgeoning to everything in the...
Oh, and the witch spider botched its dex save, so go ahead and roll your 48.
12. Bludgeoning damage. And it's knocked prone. Not that that probably matters. But so is anything else crawling out of the spider cave.
Yeah, the spider does live, but you do not get down into the hole. You kill probably half of its young. As several of the rest of the other ones come still scurrying out. So like going is still on the menu.
Yeah, I think we should get out of the area and then put up the hut.
Which direction are you going to try to run?
I don't know what way
west,
we're going.
West would be the smartest in this map here.
All right, so you just start breaking out to the west.
Yeah, I'll do that after my tidal wave. For another... How long does haste last?
You have a minute.
Yeah, so
you have 6 more rounds of haste.
yeah, Milena or Aland and Charlung are still hasted, so we're moving extra quick.
Are you who had the exhaustion? Ithrin does, right?
It was but then we got the long rest, so I took it off.
Right. No, I mean today's exhaustion, I believe.
Exhausted. Yes.
Okay. So I need you to make Constitution save once you start running.
If Charlung gets behind at all, I'm gonna pick them up and carry them to safety because they saved my life so many times today.
How about? Well, my natural walking speed is doubled from haste,
right?
So I can keep up with them running while walking.
Yes. Yeah, and that won't.
But just walking is exacerbating.
No. Okay. If you run, what I'm saying is, if you run,
I'm using my hasted speed to keep up with them running if everyone else is
All
running.
right, as you take like a walk,
Yeah.
all right, like a leisurely walk. All right, that's fair. So you all take off running. I assume, but correct me if I'm wrong, that you are just barreling away. Escape is your plan. Is there anything particular about the way you're moving through this forest as you're running through?
I mean, trying not to trip on tree roots,
Right, yeah.
but nothing special.
All right. Well, let's have each of you roll a d10 for me real quick.
Oh no.
Who's gonna get, what is it called? Fang leaf poisoning today.
I got a 6.
Okay.
4.
All right.
9.
All right. And Sherilyn?
7.
Excellent. So Charlie, I need a d4 from you.
I don't wanna. 4.
A 4, you say?
I do.
So you're all just hauling balls away from this situation, trying to get away from these spiders before they come emerging out of the spider pit. And I will need a wisdom saving throw from you, Charlie, as you're running through this forest.
I'm going to use my inspiration on that.
That's a good plan. I'm a fan of
That
it.
didn't help at all.
What'd you get?
I actually got better the first time, 9.
All right. So as you're all running along, Charlie just disappears out of your view.
Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
You take 6 bludgeoning, Charlie, as you fall into basically like just a small sinkhole, a slime pit that's filled with like bloody mud.
Aw.
Yeah. How much did I take?
6 bludgeoning.
6.
But fortunately, it's only 4 feet deep. So like just enough that like you fell in, nobody can see you. But you're not like
And just
super
like climb out.
Yeah.
I will do that. I don't plan on staying in it.
All right. As you all, are you going to stop when you see Charlie disappear, or are you going to?
Yes.
All right. After just a few seconds, you see a paw come out, and then another paw come out.
Sorry, I'm back.
How far have we ran at this point?
You've made it quite a ways. You're fairly confident that you could probably take a breather. If it weren't for the fact that you hear a voice come from the trees above, as a man says, "I thought we told you to stay out of these woods."
Oh no.
Wait, who told us to stay out of these woods?
You.
A man that looks like he has like elven features, but he doesn't have any extra fur per se, but he's got a very feline face. Like drops down out of the tree. He's holding a serrated scimitar in each hand and wearing a loincloth.
You didn't tell me nothing.
Says you've damaged the trees and killed half of that spider pit.
Yes.
They came after us.
Little mouse, I do not care.
I'm like mouthing to like fuck. I don't know what to say.
Say you submit. Say you submit to the judgment of the Sentinels, and I will take you, and we'll discuss your fate.
Has it been a minute?
It's got the best charisma.
It's probably been a minute.
Okay, can I have done know your enemy? So I know what his current HP is.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You just spend a maneuver die for that, right? Like superiority die, and then you just know it?
No, I don't have to roll. I have to know your enemy. So if I spend a minute observing or interacting with a creature outside of combat, I can learn strength, score, dex, constitution, armor class, current HP, total class levels, and fighter class levels, if any. So who this? What's his AC and what's his HP? For no reason. I'm not.
His armor class is 15, and he has 149 hit points.
He also probably has friends that we can't see.
Just curious.
No, it's a fair thing to be curious about. I'm just saying.
Yeah, if you'd all like to go ahead and make a perception check, you may do so.
Yeah, I would like to.
To see if there's friends around.
16.
15. Oh, geez.
Mine was 8, so.
Oh, I didn't do it. I have to do it. Hang on. Perception.
16.
All right.
Ooh, I got an at 20.
Did you?
Yeah.
You were haiku.
Me.
All right.
And then I'll do haiku. Hang on.
Okay.
Haiku got a 19.
All right. You're the only one that notices anything, Alan. And you notice there are 4 more hornsaw sentinels in the trees, and there are 5 juvenile hornsaws, like basically like ready to pounce behind the tree line.
How many?
5. So you're dealing with a total of 5 of the sentinels and 5 hornsaw unicorns.
We couldn't survive that.
Yeah. Charlong is going to attempt to basically be willing to submit, but try to impress upon them the importance that we complete the mission that we're on, and there's no way to Glivid-Autel, and that we are just out of our league and surviving in this forest.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll if you want to, I suppose.
Sure. That is a natural 20, which is a 26.
Nice.
Although I'm exhausted, so it might not be. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget.
The 12.
That sounds about more right.
Those are very different roles.
He says, what in the name of Mormo do you plan on doing at Glivid-Autel?
They've been... What was the dude's name? The evil guy that's masterminding the plot.
Lucian Dane, the Gray Messiah.
I will say that Lucian Dane has developed some sort of rust virus that is killing the entirety of the Spire.
Hollow Legionnaires?
Hollow Legionnaires, yeah. Like the
Says,
name of the spire.
He says, I fail to see where that is our problem. I would personally gut every Hollow Legionnaire to protect the life of one witch spider baby.
You can't be serious.
Yes, I'm serious, and don't call me Shirley. He says, he says, I think it fitting Urdana will want to speak with you.
Who?
Urdana, you could say our leader. So at this point, the question then becomes, do you address her with a full complement of limbs, or do you resist and I carry you to her in bags?
Hang on, I'm thinking. What do you guys think?
Ithrin is inclined to surrender and try and talk her way out of this.
Same.
Yeah,
Or bribe them.
Charlong has already kind of made those concessions, like hands up, weapon not readied.
Also, I have a scroll of teleport in my backpack. I use it right now because they're watching.
Okay.
He snaps his fingers, and as he does, the Hordensaw Sentinels that were up the trees just drop down onto the ground. And two of them advance, putting their paired scimitars into their scabbards on their back, and they start collecting your weapons and your prickling effects, things along those lines. Anyone going to resist that?
I'm going to try and do the Lord of the Rings thing. Please don't deprive a impoverished rat of her walking stick, please.
You notice he chuckles and grabs your cane or your staff, just roughly grabs it from you, and then with the other hand grabs your necklace.
What?
You don't want to do that.
As he pulls at the necklace, as soon as the leather that binds it to your throat goes taut, I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, please, besides Ithrin.
Oh, no.
You'll probably have advantage on this, I would assume, Charlon.
13.
Okay, you're blinded.
11.
Charlie's blinded.
17.
You're good. Well, what's the DC on the saves from that amulet?
Oh, goodness. Let me look that up. 15.
Okay, yep. So, Charlon, you can see as you see the arm of the Hornstaff Sentinel that's holding this just turn to ice and shatter. And then just like a snowstorm comes barreling out, whipping around. It doesn't kill any of the Sentinels, but it is definitely messing their day up. However, as the snowstorm is blowing around, you see almost like this bizarre archway appear in the blowing wind and snow that you can directly see through, Ithrin, in the direction that you're going. And you probably can see, you would bet you can probably see half a mile. The clearing is just lined up in such a direction, easily far enough to get you away from these people.
Bless you. Can I use the time when all that is happening to drop a lesser restoration on myself?
Like as
the wind is going and all that shit?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that'll get rid of your blinded condition. But like you still can't make out what's like you see like
right, but I'm not going to be blinded.
Right. Yeah. It occurs to you, Alan, that you could run, but this snowstorm's probably going to drop as soon as you do. However, you can teleport to a place you can see.
Atherin is just going to grab the hands of like her two closest allies. So like Alland in one hand, Haiku in the other, and like let's go, and run to the portal. Is that what it looks like?
No, it's not so much a portal. What basically, to break it down, what has happened is this whirlwind is happening, but your goddess has opened up an archway in it so that you can see far enough so that if you want to use your scroll to teleport, you can teleport you all through that deeper into the forest. It will require you to burn the scroll to teleport. You can try to run and hope you outrun the Hornsaw Sentinels in the Hornsaw Forest.
Or I could charge is on the amulet to teleport.
You could. That's going to wind up landing you, if you're very, very lucky, back in the Gleaming Valley.
Okay, I will use the scroll. Do I have to make any sort of roll for that?
Nope. You just whip it out, give it a read, and poof.
Yeah, because she's clearly helping me out, and I do not want to spurn her gift.
Excellent. You are able to make the magical jump. You can see, like, if you squint, you can kind of see them very confused down back where you were trying to find your trail. So if you haul balls right now, find somewhere to hide, probably be all right.
We will haul balls. And like, I'm just going to hold my amulet and just thank you.
I'm gonna cast haste on myself to keep up.
Okay. Any other spell casting happening?
Being that I'm ridiculously glowy, probably still. Though they're pretty much blinded back there for a bit. I'm going to probably be looking to just move and get covered up with as much of the...
Well, I mean, Bane-Illuminance, you're like glowing through your cloak and shit.
Yep.
Right? Like, as you like cover up a tattoo, it glows through. You're like, fuck.
Yeah. I usually don't even bother trying to cover them.
Yeah. You do manage to run, though, and get to a place where you feel safe enough to put the hut up. And once you hop inside the hut, you are able to get yourselves, collected and calmed. Your glowing won't show through the outside of the hut.
Yep.
Do you want to take any actions to try to conceal the hut above and beyond just being out of the way and like the same color as the leaves, or?
Ithran will do her best to find like if there's any sort of natural lean-to where it's like, all right, so if we position the hut this way, then anyone from that direction, all they're going to see is trees.
Okay. Half a second. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Me?
Yep.
Ooh, 19.
Excellent. So you're pretty sure, like, you pick up a couple of, like, pieces of limb that are laying around and spread them around, kind of, like, lean them up against the outside. You're pretty sure that you've got a very solid control over it. And then, obviously, you can move in and out of the hut freely as long as Charlie stays within it. At that point, I assume you are all going to want to take a long rest. Is that fair to say?
That's fair to say, yeah.
Mhm.
I need to reset all of my shit so I can kill those guys.
You can all make a note that you have now made like violent enemies of the Hornsaw Sentinels.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to not come back this way.
Yeah.
Well, when we get to Glivid Hotel, we can always use the amulet to get out.
Yes.
So,
That's true. Yeah, you do have that. And you learned Holy Beacon, right?
yep.
So that's another. I mean, that's really like a last ditch, like, oh, we're really screwed, but you can throw up a Holy Beacon and hope for the best. You know, like that's. I mean, it will almost assuredly draw attention if you fire off a Holy Beacon in the middle of Glivid Hotel.
Why would that happen? I'm just thinking. Go
Have
ahead.
you met us?
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad that I have my head of disguise because I can just turn into like an orc person and then they won't know it's me.
I mean, that's true. That is an option. Is there anything that you all want to do otherwise during this rest?
I will give a prayer of thanks to my goddess for sending that snowstorm to help us get the fuck out of Dodge. Oh, I'm being tortured by a cat.
Yeah.
Okay, that looks painful.
All right. What'd she do?
She shanked me with her claw.
Oh, monster.
Dreamer got me the other day on my back. She like climbed my back.
No, that is the worst. Bean. I think I'm gonna make more explosive arrows.
Okay.
Since I have seriously, Bean.
Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Dex. Not a saving throw, right? Just a check.
Yeah, you can add your proficiency bonus to it, though. It is not a saving throw.
And then 14 plus 3 is 14 plus 2 plus 3, so 16, so 19.
Okay. You're able to craft 4 new arrows during the span of the rest.
Sweet. Cool.
All righty. Well, I think that's where we will wrap things up for this session, with you all taking a long rest inside this hut. Any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about your travel through the Hornsaw Forest so far?
It's been exciting.
We've met these guys before, Ithrin.
This is
Sorry.
it's like the restaurant where like you have a really bad date and like I can never go back there again.
It's basically what it is, except me and Haiku came back. And we were warned before not to mess with anything. And last time we were here, we killed a Hornsaw unicorn. Right?
You sure did.
Hey, oh man, if I remembered that, I probably would have suggested something. We're gonna make it. It's fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. As we're wrapping things up, I just want to remind everybody who's watching that the adventure we're running through, Scarredlands Dead Man's Rust, is available on BackerKit. And you can pre-order it now, get access to the manuscript, so you can start your adventures in the Hornsaw Forest today. Usually takes about a day or two for them to get you the access to the link, but that is available. I just threw that link in the chat. I also want to let everybody know I just got the proof copy and it looks so beautiful. And I'm going through right now to make sure that it's in the best shape as possible. So that's very exciting because that means PDFs will be going out to backers soon. So that's very exciting. So if you, now is the time, get in there, get it pre-ordered. You're going to want this book. It's so much fun. So yeah, let's have everybody go ahead and tell us who you are, what you do, who you've been playing, your pronouns, their pronouns, and where we can find you on the internet. And let's start this off this time with Charlung, please.
Hey, I'm Corey Frang, aka Narf on the interwebs. I was playing Charlung, both they, them. Yeah, for finding me elsewheres on the interwebs. Currently working on a video game called Caves of Cud, which is a action roguelike, super fun. Yeah, I think that's it for me.
Excellent. And you can find that on Steam or cavesofcud.com, right?
Yep. And if you're one of the lucky people who actually got a Steam Deck, we're trying our best to make it work on the Steam Deck. Give us some feedback.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely check it out. Next up, we have Alan. Please give us your pertinence.
Hi guys, I'm Milena, she, they. I'm playing Aland, she, her, and I'm having a lot of fun. Like, we almost died, but today, instead of writing down notes, I sketched everything down, so I'll send it to Travis so he can put it in the Patreon.
It's awesome.
Yes, the sketches were hilarious.
They're very good.
So segue in real life. I'm an artist and I draw doodles. And I'm a yoga teacher too now. So huzzah! I have 2 Instagrams, Milena Deneno and Milena Moves Mindfully. And you can find me on there. And I also have a Patreon, but no pressure.
Absolutely. And then next up, that will bring us to Ithrin. Please give us your pertinence.
Hello, I've been playing Ithrin. My name is Rachel. You can find me Stolen Fires pretty much everywhere on the internet. You will see me tomorrow in roughly the same time slot. I'm going to be over at Big Dad Industries. It's going to be the finale of his all Setite V5 game. Should be a lot of fun. And then on Friday, I'm going to be over at Vorpal Tales running Call of Cthulhu, Masks of Nyarlathotep for them. Sunday, I'll be there for White Walls, Red Walls. There were time travel shenanigans, and now everything's different, so who knows? You can also catch me there Mondays playing Solemn Veil. It's a folk horror game. It's a lot of fun. And then if you want some more D&D, then I'm going to be over there on Tuesday playing some Dark Sun. And then very soon, I'm going to start recording Call of Cthulhu Horror on the Orient Express that is going to be available to Vorpal Tales Patreon patrons at $20 or above. You'll also get a couple other shows, including Mage the Awakening, Secret World, Doctor Who, Chameleon Arch, and D&D Wilds Beyond the Witchlight. So it's going to be a lot of great content. Yeah, that's
There's a lot of content. Yeah.
So yeah, follow me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram, Stolen Fires.
Beautiful. And I guess last but not least, that brings us to Charlie. Charlie, please give us your pertinence.
I am Sarah Schoenover, and I play Charlie. We're both she, her. I do lots of things on the internet, and most of them are dumb. So go find me in places and watch me do dumb things. That's about it.
I will drop that link tree right here in our chat where you can find all of the places where Sarah does the things. I also do want to point out that Sarah was, in addition to being my blushing bride, was my co-author on Trinity Continuum Aberrant Terrat, which just went out to backers as well. So if you backed Aberrant, you should be able to get that novella. We would love to hear what you think about it. It was a lot of fun to work on. What else do I want to tell you about? Oh, speaking of Trinity Continuum stuff, I know it's backwards and you can't even see what it is really. But Prometheus
No, it's not backwards.
It's not backwards? That's beautiful. Prometheus Unbound came out. This is my beautiful print copy of Prometheus Unbound for Trinity Continuum Aeon. This is the Psi Orders source book. I had the extreme pleasure and honor of being able to work on the Norsa and Orgatech, which are two of my favorite Psi Orders, hands down. I want to also take the opportunity on the Onyx Path channel in front of the whole internet to thank Milena for the help with the Portuguese. Because that was a big deal. I wanted to make sure we got the Portuguese right. So thank you for helping me out with that. And I highly recommend that you head over to DriveThruRPG and pick up Prometheus Unbound, either in POD or PDF, or if you're feeling saucy, get it in both. Like I said before, if you head over and pick up Dead Man's Rust at BackerKit, you can get access to the manuscript right away, and Backer PDFs will be going out soon, TM. What else do I need to tell you? I would like to remind you that we do have on Kickstarter right now, we have the They Came From double feature. That is, They Came From the Cyclops' Cave and They Came From Classified. These are games using the story path system. And you basically, when you go there, you can choose to back for one book or back for both. Both are options. There's a bunch of cool add-ons. They Came From, if you're not familiar, is a cinematic style role-playing game where you take different periods of cinema or different genres of cinema and you emulate it through your game. So the line was started with They Came From Beneath the Sea, which has been released to critical acclaim and has even made its way as far as the Satellite of Love. There was a copy up there on the Gizmoplex over at the new season of MST3K, which is super exciting. But Cyclops' Cave and Classified, bless you. Cyclops' Cave and Classified are the latest in that line. Cyclops' Cave is fantasy, like talking like Harryhausen films, sword and sorcery, Conan the Barbarian, that type of stuff. Crawl. I just ran an actual play last week where it was pretty much Saturday morning cartoons like He-Man and the Universe, Masters of the Universe type stuff. You do all that in Cyclops' Cave. And They Came From Classified is like spy media, espionage stuff. So anything from Get Smart to Austin Powers to The Bourne Identity to James Bond. And those are both up on Kickstarter right now. There's about a week left in that Kickstarter. And you can back for as little as $5, get access to both manuscripts, and then decide from there which games you want to back. So I would highly encourage you to head over and check that out. I think that's pretty much it for my promo stuff. I am not 100% sure when I'll be back. We will be back next week because it's a funky 5-week month. So we play on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th Wednesday of each month. This month happens to mean we get back-to-back games, so we'll only have to wait a week. Come back this time next week to find out if our intrepid adventurers make their way through the Horn Saw and arrive at Blivet Hotel, and if so, what happens to them when they get there. If you haven't yet done so, please make sure you get your shots. Wash your hands when you go out in public, wear a mask, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you again this time next week. Thanks. Bye.